I am so thirsty. I have talked all the spit out my mouth. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome biggity, biggity, biggity back, y'all. Hey, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Kelsi, and I'm here for you guys every Sunday and Wednesday, sometimes less, sometimes more, to talk about my VSG journey. It's my hope that through these videos, you're able to find the answers to questions you've been looking for, or the path to choosing surgical weight loss is made that much easier. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So today, whenever it is that you're viewing this video, it's not a regularly scheduled video. I did want to hurry up and get this out because I was being bombarded with messages and comments and DMs and Snapchats and emails and snail mails and whatever mails in regards to this. And I asked you guys if you wanted to know. I would make a video letting you guys know how I broke my stall. Let me preface, I'm not a medical professional. I don't do this for a living. But I do think that these ideas that I'm going to give you guys are crucial because I feel like our journeys are also different, but they're so the same in so many ways. So number one, let's identify what a stall is. A stall is a period of time where your weight loss is either slowed or non-existent. My watch is letting me know that I hit 12,000 steps. During this time, you can either regain weight, maintain weight, or have no weight loss at all for a significant period of time. For me, I noticed that in the month of July, I had only lost 4-point-some odd pounds by mid-July. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, mind blown, because for the months previous, I was losing at least 11 pounds a month. And I was like, what is so different this time? And then it clicked with myself. I know exactly what's different this time. You're not eating the way you're supposed to be eating. You're slacking on your exercise. You're eating hot Cheetos and making excuses for it. There was just things that I had become accustomed to doing again because they just sneak right on in there, and I allowed it, and it started affecting my weight loss. And so I had always been told that, okay, well, during your first 6 months of weight loss or first 6 months post-op, you need to get off as much as you can because it slows down. And I had read I had read all this information. Oh, it doesn't slow down, or no, your weight loss isn't going to stop. And your weight loss won't stop after 6 months. You're still going to continue to lose weight until your body hits your healthy weight. It's just going to slow down dramatically. And so I think that's why I was kind of taken aback. I was like, well, excuse me, wait a minute. You know what? Hold up. So I sat down and I talked to myself. I'm like, okay, self was like, yes, we got to get ourselves together because I want to hit my goal for the month. And unfortunately, I had begun to allow some self-defeating talk and behaviors to creep in. I was finding myself to become depressed, and I was, talking negatively to myself, having negative self-talk. It just wasn't a good situation for me. And like I said, you guys, I don't share everything. I do talk to my therapist a lot in regards to the things that I'm going through, but sometimes I just have to kind of focus on myself. And the main thing for that is because everything can't be shared on social media, unfortunately. I wish I could tell you guys everything I'm going through, but I'm here to be an informative and a channel where you can come and get that energy that you need and that positivity and also the information you need. So I don't always feel that I want to come and share when I'm hurting or I'm depressed or I'm sad. So I really had to work through that self-defeating behavior cycle. Number one, the first thing I did after having this pep talk, self-talk with myself, I threw away all of the trigger foods and junk foods in my house because I had bought hot Cheetos. I had bought different little cookies that, were okay because, you know, I got them for the guys, my husband and my son, that I was always eating a half of, or, you know, listen, birthday cake Oreos were like my kryptonite. And, you know, I got rid of all of that. As you guys saw in that video where I threw away my Cheetos.
Something, you know how I said I was gonna give myself some grace with these hot Cheetos. Listen, that was just a glorified way of me saying I'm gonna allow myself to not hold myself accountable for once a week. Now I understand you have to have a little bit of cheat room or whatever, but as long as those are in the house, I'm gonna eat them. Them suckers are in the garbage.
That was the beginning of everything I had going on, because I was tired of stepping on that scale and seeing no progress. And I'm like, there is something wrong. I'm doing wrong. I've got to shake my body up. I've got to get back on track. And I also looked at my water intake. There was something going on with my water intake. I was struggling on my water intake, and I wasn't doing like I was supposed to be doing. So the first thing that I did do, and this is number one, I changed up my exercise routine. I had become lax on walking. I was walking probably 1 to 2 times a day, if that. I was sitting on my rump and I wasn't doing anything. Like when I say I was getting like 2,000 steps a day for several days in a row, sometimes a week and a half in a row, I was just over it. And it had a lot to do with that self-defeating behavior cycle I was going through. I wasn't having it. And it was also having to do with me not taking my vitamins. My energy levels were depleted. I just wasn't in a good space. I was in a brain fog. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. So I made a pact to myself. I went out there and I hoofed it. I'm still hoofing it every day at work. I walk 30 minutes every day at work. But it's not just regular walking. When I say I get out there, you guys, I am out there. I'm not just like, you know, I'm out there and I'm pushing myself. I'm pushing myself up hills. I take my break at work and I come back. I have to tie my hair up because in the Alabama heat, it's so like humid and nasty out there, but I'm out there and I'm getting it. I am getting it and I'm getting it. I made a goal to hit 10,000 steps every day for 3 weeks daily. And I have done it. It is Friday today, and I can tell you guys how many I'm at for the week. I am at 55,623 steps. So from Monday to Friday, that lets you know I've hit a little bit over 10,000 steps every day. Number 2, I'm sorry, I'm full. I just ate some chicken. Like, I could eat 2 bites of chicken, and it's like I eat a whole boulder. I don't know what it is about chicken. Anyways, I changed up how I was eating. So, you know, after bariatric surgery, it's easy to get into a rhythm and a regimen of eating things that we like and that we're used to and we're okay with, because it's simple. You don't have to really do a lot of work. You don't have to do a lot of stuff, because you can just make it happen with what you have. Because, you know, at least for me, I like cottage cheese and I like cheese sticks and I like, you know, whatever. I can just get this every day and I eat it every day and it's no problem and whatever. But what happens is your body gets used to that. I began journaling my foods again. I began taking down how I feel in the moment. I began taking down my emotions for that day. I take down, you know, if I'm angry or sad or happy or just okay, or if I'm tired or if I feel weak. I'm writing all that down because, believe it or not, that plays a big part in our weight loss. I had no idea that stress plays a part in our weight loss as bariatric patients. Who would have known that? Who would have said, okay, I'm going to have weight loss surgery, and if I get stressed out, it's going to stop me from losing weight. Or if I don't get enough sleep, it's going to stop me from losing weight. Who would have known that? Clearly not me. I made sure that I was getting at least half my body weight in water daily. So I have went from 64 to maybe 75 ounces of water a day to consistently hitting 125 ounces of water daily. When I say I ain't got room for nothing but the Lord and faith, what am I doing? I ain't got nothing. I have no room but for to breathe because I'm constantly drinking water. I constantly got my water jug in my hand because for me to meet that, I have to start drinking when my feet hit the floor. I have a bottle next to my bed every morning. I put there at night when I go to bed. When I wake up in the morning, I pop it and I drink half of it. As I'm getting ready, I drink the rest. So that's 16 ounces of water that I already have done and over with. And then throughout the day, I drink anywhere between 2 to 2.5 of my 40-ounce bottles. I'm sorry, 3 to 3.5 of my 40-ounce bottles. So I'm really getting in my water intake. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot. It's a lot. I get so tired of going to the bathroom. But in my mind, I'm just envisioning myself drinking this water. And every time I go to the bathroom, I'm just letting go of all of my fat. That's just what I envision. And you guys might think I'm lying, but that's just really what I think when I go to the bathroom. I've also made a healthy decision in my life after talking to several of you guys to implement Smooth Move. Smooth Move is an organic tea that helps to produce bowel movements. You guys, I have been struggling with constipation, even getting 125 ounces of water a day. I am struggling. And I don't know if I can just chalk it up to the protein intake. I'm not sure, but this has definitely been a lifesaver. Not sponsored, but y'all can sponsor me if you want to. It's organic. It tastes really good. I put a tablespoon of honey in it. Slurp it up. I put it in about 8 ounces of water, which also I can add that to my water intake. And I do this every other day. For me, I don't get the crampy feeling. I don't feel like I'm about to, explode everywhere. I do it at work. I do it in the morning at work. And it seems like the more water I drink, the more ready my body is. But this has really helped to, help maintain, healthy bowel habits, which also aids in weight loss. So as far as my calorie intake right now, I try my hardest not to hit more than 800 calories a day and no more than 50 carbs a day. I had started eating around 1,100 calories a day, and I don't really know where my carbs were because I was eating hot Cheetos and cookies and things like that. So clearly they were skyrocketing, and the refined sugars and the fake sugars were having an effect on my weight loss. So as soon as I lowered that calorie intake and made sure that I was getting a flat number of carbs, or 50 or less, I rarely ever hit 50, but if I do, it's because I've eaten something a little different that day, and that's okay, just as long as I don't surpass my 50 limit. I also began tracking my food again. I think it's important that we use our meal tracking, food tracking apps. The two that I really like are MyFitnessPal and Berrytastic. I feel like there's nothing I can't put in there that there's not a food entry for, that I can get an accurate depiction of what my calories and carbs and protein, all of my macronutrients are there, and it's at my disposal. And it's kind of like interesting because it gives you like little trophies and medals and things for logging every day. You can add your friends. You guys can compete on different things. You can see what your friends are doing. If they share pictures of their food, they can share recipes. It's kind of like and this is on MyFitnessPal. This is kind of like a Facebook for people who are trying to lose weight. And I really like it. So I've been using that, and it really helps me to track my food, be responsible, and to make responsible choices. For me, tracking my food, it helps to keep me centered and to keep me grounded, and it's a part of my routine. The next thing I did, I set a realistic weight goal. So for me, as I've stated, I've lost around 11 and some odd pounds every month after my surgery. And so that's roughly 2.5 pounds a week. So I'm giving myself a little grace, and I'm like, okay, losing anywhere between 1.5 and 2 pounds a week should be sufficient. If I don't hit that, it's okay. I just, I know that my body is going to stall. I know that my body is going to, come to a halt. And that lets me know, okay, you got to change something up. You got to do something different. You might need to higher your carbs a little bit, or lower your calories, or make your calories a little higher and your carbs a little higher. Like, you have to find that sweet spot for your body. And at this point in time, the sweet spot for me is upping my exercise, setting realistic goals, upping my water intake, and also lowering my calorie and upping my carbs, because my my carb goal before I really started paying attention was at 30, but there was no way I was hitting 30. So I guess setting an actual realistic carb goal and staying there, trying my hardest to stay away from trigger foods and things like that. And it's really working for me. And the most important thing that I feel like I've learned or that I've done to help break my stall is to be patient. To be patient with myself, to be patient with my body. And this is the hardest one for me because we're a part of a society where it's boom, it's ready right then. Boom, it happened right now. Boom, it's social media. Boom, you see it now, you get it now. You get what I'm saying? We're not used to taking our time to do things. We're not used to having to take our time or wait on things because we live in a society where you get that instant gratification. And unfortunately, this path for us is not the same. It doesn't work like that. So I've really, really, really had to work on it. Like I sat with myself and I'm like, Kelsi, you have got to stop getting discouraged when the scale doesn't move. You have got to stop getting discouraged when you don't see the results that you thought you would see in this week because they're coming. And I look back on myself before I began my journey and how unhappy I was and how I would say to myself, God, if I could only lose 10 pounds, or, oh my goodness, if I could just lose 5 pounds, I would just be happy. And it's the fact that I sit up here 84, 85 pounds lighter, and I'm like, God, I just want to lose 100 pounds. God, I can't hit 80 pounds. And I feel so ungrateful because my body and this tool and this surgery has done so many fantastic things for me. And it's like I just won't give myself grace. I won't let up on myself. But unfortunately, that's my nature. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a perfectionist by trade, by nature. But I am having to learn that this journey, and this is like I'm on a boat that's not manned by me, but I am a crew member. I have to do whatever I have to do to keep the boat from sinking, but I'm not the captain. My body is the captain. So I have to, be careful with, what I tell myself, that self-defeating behavior cycle. If you guys don't understand what that is, it comes from my mental health background. It's just these things that we tell ourselves. We start off with negative thoughts, and then negative thoughts lead to negative actions. Negative actions lead to negative attention, which is, negatively driven. And then it goes back up to, another thing. And it just continues in a horrible, vicious cycle. And we never allow ourselves to grow, or we never give ourselves grace. So we don't get the benefit of working hard, of having the surgery and doing what we need to do because we're so busy downing and doubting ourselves. So I feel like that was the most important thing that I am still working on, is giving myself grace and being patient. I feel like that's just my motto now. Give yourself grace. So as a recap, these are the things that I did to break my stall. As I stated, I'm not a medical professional. I can't guarantee that it will work for you. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's journey is different. But if you can take something that I've learned or that I've done and apply it to your situation, by all means, please do. I want you guys to be successful. Number one, I changed my exercise routine. Okay, I got up, I got active, I did more, I push it to the limit. I go to the gym on the weekend. I'm putting in that work. Even if it's only 30 minutes a day, you get out there and you do it. I hit 10,000 steps a day. I get out there, I sweat, I grunt. If you're not getting enough steps, if you're only getting 6,000 steps, get to 10,000 steps a day. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Even if it's just walking around your home, get 10,000 steps a day. Make it your goal. Make a commitment, make a goal to get 10,000 steps. If you're willing to make a goal and make a commitment with me to hit 10,000 steps a day, in the comment section down below, put I'm in. Type in I'm in to let me know that you are committing to get 10,000 steps at minimum daily. Get out there, move your body, make it happen. Number two, I switched up my eating habits. As I stated, I'm getting 800 calories a day and 50 carbs. Okay, that's the second thing I've done. I also make sure to get at least 120 ounces of water, as well as 60 ounces of protein. I forgot to mention that earlier. Your protein is also very important. You have to make sure you're getting your protein. Not getting enough protein can stall your weight loss. So 120 ounces of water at minimum, 60 ounces of protein at minimum, 800 calories, 50 carbs. Now you can tailor that to any way you want to, because what? Your body is different than mine. Your journey is different than mine. This is just a guideline, okay? I began tracking my foods and meals, my stress levels, my emotions, what's going on in my world, how I'm feeling that day, because believe it or not, your emotions, your thoughts, your behaviors contribute to your weight loss. I set healthy goals for myself. I'm setting a goal of anywhere between 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds a week lost. So I know that if I haven't met my goal, I got to try better next week. I got to try harder next week. I got to change up something. I got to go harder. Whatever I need to do to hit my goal, I'm going to do it. Number 5, and the final thing, give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And that's what I did. And I also threw in some smooth moves, okay? Don't forget about the smooth move. Really. Seriously. If you're having constipation issues, this has been a lifesaver. Like, it's empty. I've used it all. I was getting ready to throw this away, but I wanted to use it for visual purposes. I hope this, helps you guys. I hope it is an outline for you guys. Like I said, I wrote it in pencil, and you can go in and pen it in for your life. Write it in red ink for your life. Write it down, make it plain. Set realistic goals, get to where you're going. But just like I said, we're on a boat. We're not the captain. Our body is the captain. We're just a shipmate, making sure that we don't sink. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Become a member of my family. I would love to have you here. Come on in for the hug. You could have been else. You could have been anywhere else on this YouTube planet, but you decided to be here with moi. I love you guys in 10K. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. I am so thirsty. I have talked all the spit out my mouth. I'm thirsty. Even after 120 ounces of water, I'm still thirsty. Jesus be offense. Bye, y'all.